It is late winter 2009, and CSX has put a daylight curfew on the S-Line between Baldwin and Dade City. They are cleaning ballast, replacing ties, and installing new rail. Upgrading from 115-pound to 136-pound iron, it's all in preparation for the freight increase CSX plans to put on this line in coming months. At least 4 teams are working this blitz. I'm with a group operating near Bushnell, Florida. At each end of the Bushnell siding, new turnouts are installed. The rail has been replaced by the time I shot this. These are spike drivers nailing it down. These 2 guys load the spikes into the hopper, and the big pistons drive them straight in. Old John Henry wouldn't have a chance against this thing, and there are 3 of them on this team. This gadget grabs the old rail, saws it into pieces, to be picked up by a magnetic crane coming up behind. I would show more, but the foreman drove up and asked me to stop taking video and leave, so I did. With no trains on the S-Line, I swung over to the A-Line. Sanford is fairly close to Bushnell, if you don't have to go by road. I did, and it took me through Center Hill, Little Lake Harris, Tavares, and Mount Dora. Mount Dora is the base of the Inland Lakes Railway, once known as the Mount Dora Scenic. I last visited the operation on July 1st, 2000, when they debuted a 1913 Baldwin steam engine for tourist operation. The little locomotive, on loan from the Reeder Railroad in Arkansas, arrived with much fanfare and ceremony. Its inaugural run hauled riders to Tavares, where the engine ran the Y, and then shoved the train back into Mount Dora. The steam operation didn't last long. Not many tourist lines have the facilities to keep these things in running condition. Back in 2009, and I'm finally on the outskirts of Sanford. The Amtrak auto train was ready to go north from its Sanford terminal.
Permission open up. Go north on sending the indication there to Sanford auto train. Platform's clear, and the system up in the clear, ready to proceed on at the yard speed auto.
Not knowing the lay of the land, I let Miss GPS find the nearest A-Line spot for me. It was in the town of Lake Monroe, at the very north end of Sanford siding. It was worth it to catch this train. Only 30 feet from the tracks, you can hear why this is Amtrak's premier train. It sounds more like a jet than a string of rail cars. And this train is half freight. Those new auto racks glide along as quietly as superliners. I hear the juice train on the radio a couple of blocks behind Auto Train, so I wade through the quagmire that is Central Florida traffic south down toward Winter Park. Turning on to 1792, I think this is just not happening.
Continue 0.6 miles. Then turn left on West Morris Boulevard.
At the same time, someone is giving up blocks off the Stanton Power Plant spur. Coal train.
That's all you were holding at 1625, 1625 SGT. Is that correct, over?
I get into downtown Winter Park, but not soon enough to see the juice train's engines. He's poking along, but so was the road traffic.
Arriving at Amtrak Winter Park, on right.
The juice train is running as R740 today, R for reroute. The juice train normally runs the S-Line. Winter Park is one of the coolest places to catch trains. The curve, the trees, the old SCL era station. Following 740, it was a coal train, N152, Lynch, Kentucky to Stanton Power Station, Orlando, now headed back with empties to Kentucky. That would be all for me this afternoon. I still had a lot of I-4 between me and home. On the A-line, this is Danny Harmon in Winter Park, Florida. Out.